Hi there guys, thank you so much for checking out this bullet journal video. My name is Cadence and welcome along to my August setup. So as you can probably tell from the intro, I've got myself a lovely shiny new journal. This video is going out a little bit later than I would normally because I took ages to decide on what I wanted my next journal to be, and then when I finally did, of course, I had to wait for a delivery, but it got here and it's all good. This is another journal from Notebook Therapy. I get quite a lot from them. I absolutely love them. They have such gorgeous designs. This one is the Meadow Friends Meadow Moon edition bullet journal. Because I wanted to continue with the craft paper, I was a little bit limited to choice of sizes. And this one is actually smaller than I would normally go for. I do normally have a B5 journal, but this year I've been doing A5 so that I could have the craft paper. But this one is even smaller again, not by much, but they call it original size on the website, so I'm not sure what that actually equates to in paper sizes. So it is a little bit smaller, but not by too much. So this month's theme is just green. Because the journal itself is this gorgeous green colour, I wanted to continue that on into the first setup of this journal. I was also scrolling Pinterest and I saw some collages come up where people had used the paint swatches that you get from DIY shops, and I have been recently doing lots of painting in my house, and I thought I have a load of those lying around somewhere, and what better way to use them than by putting them in a craft project. So I went into my craft stash and I just grabbed everything else that was green, and it made me realize how much stuff I have. I have an absolute ton of stuff, and I brought it all down to the craft room. But it's very overwhelming when you have so much stuff available to you when you're trying to do a collage. So I kind of curated it a bit more and pulled out just a few things that I really wanted to use and then left the rest. I also grabbed a few things that had white elements in it as well, just so that it's not all green. I grabbed some washi with handwritten text on it, and also paper scraps from old books. And there were also a couple of other washi tapes as well that were a bit more on the creamy side, which complement the green really well, but also go with the brown of the paper. A lot of these items I've had in my craft stash for a really long time, so I will link what I can in the description from what still exists online, but some of these things were just collected from random craft shops as well over the years, so not all of it is available online, unfortunately. But there's so much out there, you should be able to find something similar. I put all of my collage together without really thinking about how I was actually going to do the title. I didn't have too much of a plan, but once it was all together, I just thought I would grab a piece of some old dot grid paper from a previous journal and use a nice green Tombow pen to write August, and then cut that out and stick it on top. I think it looks really nice, and especially with a white edge all around that word, it kind of stands out nicely against the creamy brown tones of the paper. As always, my next spread is my calendar spread. As this is, as I said, a smaller journal, I wasn't quite sure how everything was going to fit on the page, but it all is pretty similar to how I was having it on the A5 journal, so I didn't really need to change too much. I did my grid 4x4 squares and then an additional strip along the top of each row so that I can have the date in there. And I drew it all out with the thin end of that Tombow pen. I so often just reach for the black pen when I'm drawing outlines and things like this, so it was really nice just to use the Tombow pen instead. I think it turned out really cool. There wasn't too much space around the edge for decoration, and I don't want to completely overload it and have every tiny space filled with collage. So I just did the title and put a little bit going around the corner there as a background for the title. I often have a space left to one side or the other of the calendar, And sometimes I will make that into something useful, or sometimes I will just use that for decoration, or maybe a Dutch door or something like that. But I thought it looked like there was definitely enough space to have a to-do list in there, so I just made into that. One thing I wanted to use for ages are these little tiny books of washi rectangles that I've wanted to use for ages. I've had them for so long and I've just never really found any projects that they worked in before. I think because they're photographs, so they have a more modern vibe, and quite a lot of the time when I do collages I'm doing something retro or something vintage looking. But I felt like they fit with this one, so I picked out one for this page, and I wasn't entirely sure how well it would work on the craft paper. If the washi was very thin, it might not have looked that nice, or the colour might have been really dulled down, so I actually just left it on the white backing and just glued it. Later on in the journal I decided to just peel them off and stick them, and they do actually look fine. But I wasn't entirely sure to start with, so that's why I did that for this page. And that is this spread all done, and I really love how it turned out. For the next page, I did my habits and trackers, and I decided to do it exactly the same as I did last month. This is a setup I used to use really frequently, but I haven't used it very much this year just because I felt like changing things up, and now I've decided to go back to it again because I really do like it. The table on the top is for all of my habits, and every day that I do those habits I will tick them off. I also note down how many times a week I want to do all of those habits, and I put pencil lines in along the week so that I can just see where one week crosses over to the next, and then I can just easily spot when I've managed to hit the target and done something as many times as a week as I want to. The bottom table is a reading tracker, and I just fill that in as a bar graph. So along each date that I read something, I will just do lines to indicate how many pages that I've read that day. And again, with this page, there wasn't a lot of space for decoration, so I just added a few bits and pieces here and there just to finish it off. And again, I really like how this one turned out. It's very pretty. The next spread is quite a quick one because it will be filled mostly with writing, so there's not too much in the way of decoration to do. So on the left I'm doing a gratitude log, and that is just one line a day. So I do my title the same way as I've done all the rest of them and cut that out. To the left side of the page I've got 1 to 31 all the way down, and then that just gives a little space to write something for each day that I'm grateful for. On the bottom, along the page divide, I've just done a little collage area there. It doesn't matter if I cut into the next page too much because that's a bit more of a free flowing page, but I'm trying to not cut into the gratitude page too much, just so that I've got enough space on each line to write something. That page to the right is for my memories. And as I said, that's just a really free-flowing page where I can write whatever I want. Sometimes I fill up that page with loads of different things, and sometimes I don't have very much to write, or I forget to write things, so sometimes it stays a bit more empty, but it's there for whatever I want. Then it's on to my weekly spreads. On these ones I wanted to leave decent sized areas to add in little collage vignettes. So I decided to do individual boxes, and on every page I've actually changed up the orientation of the boxes. So it's the same sort of theme, but each page looks slightly different. I've also included a mini calendar on each page and highlighted the week that corresponds to. So it gives you a bit of a visual of how the month is laid out without having to flick back to the calendar page. And I am really pleased with how this setup turned out. It was actually so much fun to put together. I do always love doing collages, but quite often I find they take me absolutely ages because I really am very indecisive with the placement of all of my items. But I feel like with this one, I was quite quick at deciding. I wonder if it was maybe because I limited myself to how many things I was going to use, so I didn't have loads and loads of choice. And I was really pleased that I could use up some of those paint swatches and samples that I had. I'm definitely going to keep all of the rest of them and potentially use them in other collage projects going forward that have different colour schemes. I really love how it turned out. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video and maybe it's given you a bit of inspiration for your own journals. Feel free to leave a comment or a like, and consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more arts and crafts and bullet journals. Thanks so much for watching, bye!